So then let's start with just understanding the nature of our biology. Your brain is a memory bank. It's a record of everything you've learned and experienced to this moment. We could say that your brain is a record or an artifact of the past. So most people, when they wake up in the morning and they start their day, new day, a brand new day where there's so many different possibilities, the first thing they do is they get their brain working and they start activating circuits in their brain that are connected to memories of the past. So they activate the memories, and a memory is a record of the past. So they think about the problems in their life, and those problems are connected to certain people and certain things and certain times, are called long-term memories. And the stronger the emotion you feel from some past event in your life, the more altered you feel inside of you from some external event, the moment you notice a change in your internal state, it captures all the brain's attention, and we narrow our focus on the cause, and in that moment we freeze an image, and the brain takes a snapshot, and we begin to emboss circuitry in our brain. And then people then recall the event, they talk about the event, they think about the event over and over again, and they're firing and wiring the same circuits in the same way, and they begin to hardwire their brain into the past. And when they talk about their problems, and they think about them, and they remember them, they're combining an image with an emotion, and they start the conditioning process. And conditioning is based on the past. And if you do it enough times, the body begins to believe that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, the body, as the unconscious mind, doesn't know the difference between the actual experience in your life that's creating an emotion and the emotion that you're creating by thought alone. The body's believing it's in the same past experience. So then if you think you're a failure, you feel like a failure. If you wake up in the morning feeling like a failure, you're going to think thoughts equal to how you feel. And people get caught in these loops of thinking and feeling and feeling and thinking. And the repetition of doing this over and over again, the conditioning process, conditions the body to memorize that emotion. And now the body literally is in the past. Something has to cause us then to wake up. And it's usually crisis or emergency, where a person reaches their lowest level, where they just can't keep any of their agreements any longer. They no longer want to see the same people. They don't want to go to dinner anymore. They're not answering their texts. They're not even watching their favorite television show. They just stopped. And that's the moment they start paying attention to how they're thinking. They start noticing how they're acting or how they've acted. And they look, my goodness, I've been feeling suffering for the last 20 years. I didn't even know it was suffering or guilt. It's just the way I feel. And the act of becoming conscious of your unconscious states of mind and body means now you're disconnecting from the programs. The moment you decide to step into that unknown, the body starts influencing the mind. And here come the programs, because in that place of uncertainty, unpredictability, discomfort, the body is saying, I want to return back to the known because I can't predict the next moment. And it starts influencing the same thoughts. In fact, the thoughts in our head, the chatter in our head gets louder. And if we respond to that same thought in the same way, the same thought leads to the same choice. The same choice leads to the same behavior. The same behavior creates the same experience. And the same experience then will produce the same familiar feeling. And people say this feels right. No, it feels familiar, where you're returning back to the known, and the door closes to the unknown.